the top side of the racetrack in turns 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway into turns 3 and 4. This time by 5 laps to go. Sanders with a big run down the front straightaway. Once again, look on the outside as Montgomery goes down low to protect. He still has the race lead. Thought Sanders might make a move right there, but Montgomery goes to the middle. Sanders on his back bumper. They get very close down the front straightaway. Here's a move for the lead. Sanders on the inside berm. That's going to allow Montgomery to pull away down the backstretch. Justin Sanders, a rare mistake here at Placerville. Got over the infield berm, and that allowed Caleb Montgomery to put some distance between himself and the 87 car. But Sanders now reels him back in extremely quickly. Brad Sweet is now up to 4th. He gets by Spencer Mason. This time by 2 laps to go for Caleb Montgomery. Sanders to the inside for the race lead. Side by side up at turn number 2. Caleb Montgomery's able to hold him off. 1 more lap to go at Placerville. Montgomery's a little bit loose off the corner. Sanders to the outside takes the lead at the flag stand. Justin Sanders to the race lead. Down the back straightaway for the final time. And the first time in his career, it finally happens. He wins a National Touring Sprint Car race. Justin Sanders gets it done tonight at Placerville. Caleb. Here he comes, race fans. He's not wasting any time. For the first time in his career, Justin Sanders. He said, I don't need the Hoosier Tire neck band. I don't need the Sunoco Racefield's checkered flag. I got to get on top of the wing. I got to celebrate this win right now. We see Aaron Reitzel down there as well on the quad. He looks elated for the win as well. As Justin Sanders continues to get hugs from all the crew guys. There's Bart Mann back there. We saw Brogan back there. And there is Aaron Reitzel. What a wild moment that I could not have drawn this up at the beginning of the year. Unbelievable storylines here tonight with Kubota Highland Racing in Old Hangtown. Justin Sanders about to climb on top of the victory lane stage and talk to Tony Laporta.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in his career, Justin Sanders is a nationally touring 410 Sprint Car Series winner. What do you think of that one?
I was battling my good buddy Caleb Montgomery. We've been friends for a while now and have helped him out a lot with his car. And when he was driving away from me off the 2 for a while, I'm like, man, I shouldn't have been helping this guy with his car at all, because he was better than me until I kind of started running the top. And then, honestly, at the end, I think with 3 to go, I really got in the infield. Racing for the win. I mean, I would have done the same thing. You gotta cut the gap, but I really caught the infield really bad, and something felt weird with the steering for a lap. But just basically gassed it up and said, hey, I gotta go and gotta run hard. And I don't really know what to say. Those last couple laps were a little bit of a whirlwind, but just driving the race car as hard as I could. Race car definitely came to me later on in the race. I kind of, it was kind of skating, kind of didn't know where to be, and then kind of just got moving around. I actually found the bottom down here and actually could make speed down the front straightaway, was able to get back by 2 guys. And man, I don't really know what to say. It's sunk in, but hasn't quite sunk in yet already. Again, thanks to Brian Ridge. Without Brian Ridge, I wouldn't be here. And Aaron Reitzel and his wife Shelby, they've been great. The whole crew, Anthony, Bart, Brogan. It's been an awesome experience so far to get to drive a race car that's this fast. And they just have a national package. Aaron's built this package for a lot of years, and I'm just fortunate to be able to drive it. Again, like I said, Brian Ridge, Vulcan's Brothers Trucking, Power Plus. It's a lot of Power Plus here. People here tonight. I bet you there's a lot of people that haven't even seen a sprint car race. So glad to put the Power Plus car in victory lane for them. Again, Vulcan's Brothers Trucking, Rasmussen Truck Center, Commercial Edge, STC, Don Long. It's not my car, so I'm trying to remember the sponsors. Bryant Paver. Kaiser Wheels, Elite Wings, Rider Racing Engines, Factory Cane Shocks, just everybody that helps us deal out. Sorry if I'm kind of scrambling or out of breath. That one kind of took a lot out of me. It was a lot of process, and I told myself if Caleb wins, it wasn't my night, and my time will come, because I think we're good enough to get these wins, but we were able to make it happen.
It's understandable that you're out of breath as hard as you drove. that Power Plus Ridge and Sons Racing number 87, doing exactly the job that Aaron Reitzel enlisted you to do, which is keep that car and that team in a championship fight. You stood on this podium 1 year ago with Kubota Heilemann Racing, albeit it was second. You came into this night with a little bit of drama boiling after a dust-up with Corey Day in Tulare 1 year ago. Yeah, gotta jog the memory there. What's changed in your life? What is different about you as a driver in the 1 year since we last saw you on the podium here with High Limit?
Honestly, Tony, that's actually a great question. That's a good question you came up with. You know what, to be honest, I stopped taking life so seriously, I think. You know, I come out here, I'm gonna do the best I can. But you know what, after the night, it's over with. And I think for a long time, I just let this racing eat my world up. You know, if I do bad, I just really dwell on it. But now it's like, you know what, if I do bad, we move on and just try to make myself better. And I think honestly, just kind of throwing that a little bit out the window, I think really just kind of propelled me to, you know, to get better. Even like last night at Tulare, you know, I slipped back and, you know, and I was like, you know, I just gotta drive harder. I just gotta drive harder and harder, and ended up with a top 5. It's, you know, one of my best finishes, especially at a track like that, for a national series. And honestly, like I said, I think it's just, I'm not gonna say I don't care, because that's not what I mean, but I just have backed up the worrying and the stress. I backed up the worrying and the stress a little bit. So I think that definitely helped. And like, you know, at the end, I was like, I'm gonna sail this thing. I don't care if I wad it up, or I'm gonna go for the win. I'm here to win, and that's what I'm here to do. So just drove the wheels off of it. And I think, you know, it's honestly, it's more of the Corey Day driving style. He goes out there and drives the piss out of it, and that's what I'm trying to do.
You sound like a man and a driver who's put things into perspective in the last 12 months. One last question for you. Aaron Reitzel, that's his race car. He's getting on an airplane tomorrow morning to head back to Knoxville, Iowa to get X-rays. Depending on what that doctor says will determine whether he drives that race car or not next week at California's crown jewel, the Gold Cup Race of Champions. Whether he's able to drive that race car or not, if they say no to him, are you ready to climb back in and keep the ball rolling in this number 87?
I'm sure my car owner would be okay with it, Demo Mitri. We've had a lot of success in Chico this year. I think we won 4 races in a row, so that's probably going to be a little hard for him. But you know, I think he understands what these guys are trying to accomplish, and what you know, what this charter stuff means to them, and you know, what this national level means. And he knows I'll always be back at him for, you know, back in his home, back in his race car. That's my home. So yeah, I think that's probably what we'll do. If not, you know, we'll just. Honestly, you know, this is his car, and you know, he makes this thing go around better than I do. But honestly, again, I know that was that question, but I gotta thank Aaron again. He's been great. I mean, struggled a little bit at 410 Nationals, and you know, he's just with me all the time, working with me. You know, we're both working on, you know, getting the engines tuned good and get the car good, and it's just nice to bounce off stuff with another driver. You know, another driver that's so in tune to his race car. I feel like I'm probably not as in tune as him, but you know, I work on my own stuff, set up my own stuff, so I think it just gelled really good, just both of us together so far.
We're going to bring in the Chasm Safety Technologies wind box, the Sunoco checkered flag, the trophy for the 49er Gold Rush Classics in front of you. Justin Sanders, you're a winner with Kubota High Limit Racing. Chase Rodman, back up to you.
Yeah, we got some contingency awards to get to here, Tony. We've got our Race Redeem Foundation Rookie of the Race. That's going to go to Decent Personally tonight. He ran